How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of the Be That Christian podcast. I am your co host, Alex Gibson, and with me is the amazing Brian Rush. How's it going, Brian?
Hey, buddy. Going good.
I'm glad. I was worried. I was worried it wasn't going good. This episode is, and I'll just say this just because we're starting from the very beginning, is probably the most intense one so far because of the topic.
Yeah.
Topic is, and the reason I say that is because this is a topic that I know that whether no matter where you are in life, whether you claim Christ, or you don't, and you're just listening for other purposes, this affects everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
And the topic is going to be on anxiety and depression. And I know that is a real struggle for a lot of people. So just starting off on that note. But before we get into our big brain time, we got some more questions. And this is going to be the last round of the Christmas themed questions. As fun as they've been and as interesting as they've been, it is the Christmas season is slowly coming to an end. And by the time that we record the next episode, it's going to be over and done. And then
Yeah.
I'll find some other questions.
Nice.
But for now, signing off on the Christmas questions, we're going to have a couple more. The first question was, what are the top 3 worst Christmas songs? Ooh. The top 3 worst. And I'm gonna let Brian go first, just because we usually don't discuss the questions beforehand, because we like to see what the other one put, but we we were talking a little bit about it beforehand, and I don't know what Brian chose, but I'm really am interested, so I want to hear. Brian, what's your top 3 worst?
And I don't even know the titles of these songs, but I'll give you the artist in all 3. Mariah Carey, and Mariah Carey. Any of her Christmas songs. You just name one, and I'll say, yeah. Like, I don't know, man. I shouldn't be such a hater, though, but I can't handle Mariah Carey Christmases.
I don't think it's completely unjustified.
It's tough.
I think there's some merit to that statement, but
She's hard to listen to. I just not for me. Not for me. I mean, maybe I hope somewhat, maybe somebody out there shows her some love. But I can't. I just can't.
someone out there is going to show her some love, but it's not going to be Brian Rush.
Nah.
Is it just like the lasting impact that she's had on the Christmas song industry?
I think so. They've been.
Maybe we could have done like albums. That would have been a good one.
Oh,
Because you could have put Mariah Carey's
But
just trash on her the whole time.
yeah, I shouldn't be a hater, but I just can't do Mariah Carey Christmas.
It's just not for you, huh?
Nah.
Well, so you're just gonna stick with your bottom 3 being just all Mariah Carey songs.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
because I don't hate too many Christmas songs, but it seems like anytime I hear Mariah Carey's Christmas songs, I'm like, I'm out.
I definitely think that there's an imbalance of Christmas songs, because this time of year, you go to Walmart, you go to pretty much any type of retail store, they're playing Christmas music. Everyone's playing Christmas music.
Oh yeah,
And it feels like the same ones get all of the attention and are always the replayed ones. And there are so many good ones that you never hear.
that you don't hear.
And I'm like, these songs just not exist anymore.
Yeah,
And unfortunately, it's the bad ones that they play a lot.
yeah, for sure.
But I'll give you my
Yeah, I'm
I'll
interested.
give you my bottom three, or I guess my top three worst bottom three. The third one, and I'm going to get hate for this because you may not consider it to be a Christmas song, but you can argue with me all you want. These songs from this movie come around at Christmas time heavy. It's Do You Want to Build a Snowman? Oh my goodness. I it almost felt wrong putting it at 3. I think it could have easily fetched a 2 or a 1. But I don't know if it's just where it was so popular for so long. I can't. It's Do you wanna No, I don't. Go away.
I got you. Yeah.
Man, that sounds
That one's
terrible because
tough.
it's a kids movie.
I
I get
know.
that. I know there's so many kids that just love it. That's great.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
that's great for kids.
Yeah.
I just can't.
It's hard to stomach.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go on to my second one. And this one also might get some hate, but I think it's just the melody of the song that really just. And this is a popular one. Wonderful Christmas Time. You know what song that is?
Yeah.
Simply having wonderful Christmas.
Yeah.
What? I can't.
Yeah.
I think it's McCartney, maybe. That's whose song that is.
I think so.
But it's one of the really popular ones, and I think the merit that it gets is so undeserved.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I think it's annoying. I think that as the artist, being as famous as he is for having that song, I'm ashamed. I
Yeah.
think he could have done better.
Could have done better.
And it's an earworm type song. It just gets stuck in your head, but it's one of the ones
Yeah.
that you don't want it stuck in your head.
Almost like elevator music or something. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But my number one, and in my opinion, this is the culmination of everything that's wrong with Christmas music, because you'll agree with it, and I think everyone that has ears would agree with it.
Mhm.
All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and
That one sticks out the most.
and it's like the second one. It's like an earworm type song, and it is catchy,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so okay. Scenario: that song never released. It came out this year. I'd be like, this is a good song. Like, I like this song. Like, it's like, it really sets the mood. It's got
Yeah.
good volume. It's cheery. Years later, I can't
Just erase it.
just erase it, just from the history books, and the
It
world will
never
be better.
happened.
I never thought I would be so salty over these,
Nah.
but you hear them so often. It's part if you can't go about your daily life unless you're someone that just like never leaves home and you order everything, so you
Yeah.
never go out. If you're someone that is a part of public life, you hear these songs all
yeah.
the time.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is the worst. Like how
yeah.
you know how like whenever if you have at least if you have an iPhone, if you try to add the same song to a playlist, it'll say you already have this song. Do you want to add it again?
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, when they create these playlists, they take that song and they just add it 30 times. So it plays every 4 songs, and I'm like, they should be fired. I can't.
Yeah. That's so wrong.
But enough about my salty rant about Mariah Carey, which glad we can agree on
We
that.
can all agree.
Let's go to the second question. A little bit more cheery, a little bit more positive.
Oh yeah.
The second question is, what are the top 3 best Christmas songs? Now, this one I might this one I might get some hate for. And okay, can I give a defense first? My defense is that these songs are songs that I think are very catchy, or at least A couple of them are.
Mm-hmm.
And I find myself like even thinking about them not around Christmas time because of I think there's an iconic tone to all three of these songs, and I'm trying to I don't think my defense is going to help me at all, and it's because of my number three mainly, but also my number two. My number three, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
What is this?
You ever heard this
I've
song?
never heard this.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. You never heard that song?
No.
Only a hippopotamus will do.
We
I can't remember. I don't know if that's like a Shirley Temple song or what, but it's like one of those old, like it's like older, like
Yeah.
40s, 50s.
Oh yeah.
But I constantly find myself that playing in my head. It's like there's like a little person in my head that every now and then he just hits play on the tape recorder and just plays that song.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people hate that song because it was so popular for like decades. But I don't know. I'm only like 20 something.
Yeah.
So
I'll have to hear this. I've never heard it.
I'll play it for you later.
Sweet.
I didn't know if you would have heard of that one or not.
Uh-uh.
The third one, or I'm sorry, the second one. Again, going to get hate for this. Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Nice.
Okay.
I like that.
I don't know when the animation came out, like the movie Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. That was one of my favorite Christmas movies ever.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people think like Charlie Brown Christmas or Rudolph or
Yeah.
we talked about Christmas movies.
Oh yeah.
So this was one of my favorites growing up. You know, when you're a kid, you just like latch on to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. The movie, I haven't watched it in years.
Oh, man,
but if I watched it now, I'd probably think it was stupid. I don't know if I want to ruin
I forgot about it actually.
But the song Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know, it's a little
I love it.
folky.
Yeah.
I just love it. I know people hate that song though. Like
Nah.
both those two songs, the hippopotamus and Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. I know that there are people that
That's crazy.
don't
can't
like
skip it.
either of the songs heavily.
Yeah.
I don't care. Number one, this is not controversial at all. It just, I think it perfectly sets the mood, sets the reason for the season, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Silent Night. Just,
Yeah.
you've
That's a
heard,
good one.
I mean, you've probably heard thousands of renditions of this song. And I think that it's too iconic to
Yeah.
one of the ones you just can't avoid. And I think that
It just takes you there. That song does. That's a good one.
it does. And part of me fears that where society is going, where culture is going, especially in places like the United States, I think songs like that are going to get phased out.
Probably.
There, because talking anything that references Jesus
Yeah.
or Savior, child, all that stuff, I think it's just going to get slowly pushed out. I mean, you know, I've only been alive for 2+ decades.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm not trying to be prophetic here, but
No, it's true.
I think it's going to get phased out.
Yeah, like it's like everybody trying to say Happy Holidays.
Yeah,
instead
everyone
of
says
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
or Merry Xmas.
Yeah, Xmas. What?
I can't decide if when people say that, if it makes me want to throw them out the window more or myself out the window more.
Yeah. I can't
Maybe
believe
both.
you said that.
Oh,
Yeah.
but that's my top three. So
That's solid.
the hippopotamus, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. That's a weird list, and then Holy Night. that's a genre. That's diversity for you.
Yeah. I like it, dude.
But that's my top three. What's your top three, Brian?
Okay. Well, two of my songs can be found on the movie Home Alone. I had to look up the titles. Like I'm terrible with title names, but my number 3 would be Carol of the Bells. And it's that chorus line that gets me. Like, I love the chorus in it. Like, fall on your knees. I ain't gonna go no further.
Honestly, if if you hadn't played it for me, like a couple minutes ago,
Mm-hmm.
and you just said "Carol of the Bells," I wouldn't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
For Whom the Bell Tolls.
I love that song.
Metallica.
I didn't know that was a Christmas song. That'd be on Blake's Christmas album.
Yeah.
For Whom the Bell Tolls.
And number 2, I'm going with "Oh Holy Night." Yeah, that's
Holy Night, oh Holy Night.
it's like some reason those orchestra songs do it for me at Christmas. Like those that they just take me to Christmas. But my number 1, I had to go to an album that my mama would listen to all the time, the Alabama Christmas album. And I had a hard time choosing my favorite song. Like I remember being a kid and mom always decorating, the house. Actually, then it was the trailer. We was living in a trailer. I just remember her decorating and playing the Alabama Christmas album. But one song stuck out to me the most. That is Thistle Hair, the Christmas Bear. Spreading the good news everywhere. Absolutely. That's like my favorite.
If there's another human being on this planet.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I got to hear a snippet of it earlier, and I almost wish that you didn't tell me. Or that I didn't hear it. because I laughed so hard as you sat there and were reliving your childhood. And I was laughing uncontrollably. It looked like I was mocking. I was laughing so hard.
Dude, I was laughing with you. I was like, I can't believe I forgot this.
Thistle Hair, the Christmas Bear.
Thistle Hair, the Christmas Bear. It's so dude, that whole Alabama Christmas album. I love it.
I don't even have a response.
Yeah.
I
don't either.
I never listened to Alabama. Don't know anything about the album or the song, except for the few seconds I heard from it earlier.
I recommend checking it out.
But I will admit, first time I ever heard it, made me cry.
Oh.
And if you've heard the song before, please comment or tell me, because I'm curious. Yeah. I need to know if this is real.
Yeah.
It seems almost not real.
This is fake.
Thistle Hair, the Christmas Bear.
Oh. It was either that or Christmas in Dixie. That's another good one too. Okay, I gotta quit.
These are hard decisions.
So hard.
This is how nations are made.
Oh.
So this time I decided to only do 2 questions, or have the two lists, because there was another little section I wanted to do because I thought it was super relevant, especially since we're going to be talking a little bit about depression and anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
I thought a little bit of light humor may lighten things up before we get too serious. But I'm not sure if this was recent either. This could be maybe a year or 2 old. But MSN came up with the top polled list of worst things to be asked at the Christmas dinner table.
Oh, wow.
I was reading these and I laughed a lot. And let me make sure I got all these. Okay. First one. Oh man, I almost want to imitate somebody, but I can't. I'm being recorded. I'll just be generic family member. Do you have a girlfriend?
That's so true.
Harrowing. So, when are you going to lose those holiday pounds?
Man.
Never.
Yeah.
Who did you vote for? Imagine seeing somebody for the first time all year, and the first thing you ask them after you sit down to eat is, So who'd you vote for?
Yeah.
Politics at the dinner table is just
It don't mix.
eat.
Yeah, just enjoy your food.
Just eat. You want to argue? Wait until you're done.
Yeah.
No sense of getting in the
To
food
set
fight.
up.
What did you do to your hair?
I ain't gotta worry about that question.
Brian, what did you do to your beard?
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
I don't know why, but I just pictured somebody like going off to college or something for a year and then coming back and they got like piercings and different colored hair. What'd you do to your hair?
What'd you do to your hair?
Family members are the best.
Oh, yeah, dude.
When do you think you'll go back to work?
Get a job.
Bringing up, honestly, other than politics, bringing up work on the holidays is probably, I put it close to being the worst.
Yeah.
The last thing that someone wants to talk about in the holidays is anything work related.
Mm.
I don't want to think about I don't even want to acknowledge the fact that I have a job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not there, and
Don't even talk about it.
I don't want to hear it. When are you getting your life together?
That's a good question.
One thing I love about family members is that they're just so bold.
Yeah.
The boldness. And because all of these so far are super relevant. Like, these are all things that, and I know that I'll probably have family members that listen to this, which, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I think this describes just about everybody's family anyways. I could picture at least one person from my family asking one of these questions.
Yeah.
No doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Well, except for like do you have a girlfriend? You may be asked like, do you have a boyfriend? But you get the idea. It's how's your diet going? As you sit down to eat Christmas food, have a whole meal in front of you. How's that? As you're downing your third plate of mashed potatoes and drinking straight out of the gravy boat. How's your diet going? It's going great. Mind your business.
Yeah. Mind your business.
Why don't you deal with what you got over there? I'll deal with what I got over here. How about that?
How's your diet going?
How's your diet going? When are you getting married or having kids?
Oh.
Again, with the boldness. The boldness is just, it's amazing, honestly. I think our generation is going to be different because, well, okay, as we get older, we may not care as much as we do like now.
Yeah.
But there's no way we're going to be this bold to just ask stuff like this.
Nah. I mean, yeah, some of these are tough. Like, I don't even know how you'd respond to that.
How much are you making now? Again, with the work.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about work.
Yeah.
I'm taking this first section. I'm taking these personal. This personal.
Yeah. I'm getting angry.
I'm getting mad. Are you really happy? You trying to make somebody have an existential crisis at the dinner table?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you really happy?
Are you really happy? Like, can you imagine? I'd throw somebody through a window.
Yeah.
They pull me aside and say, are you really happy?
No, I'm sad.
I'll be happy when you leave.
Yeah, I'll be happy when you stop asking me questions.
And by the way, when I respond, I'm not speaking to any direct family member, anything like that. I'm just saying how I would address these as hypotheticals because some of them are just so ridiculous. They're really funny though.
Yeah.
Some of these I can't even.
I mean, some families this probably is legit.
These are.
I mean, I'm blessed.
If anything, this is a preparation course for what you should expect.
Yeah.
Oh, why don't you join an online dating site?
Tried it. It didn't work. It's terrible.
I'm gonna swipe right on that. Swipe left on that conversation.
Yeah. Those are awful.
An online dating site. You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com. I wish if it wasn't copyright, I put an advertisement up.
Yeah, just throw it up.
I can't though. How come you haven't come to visit? See now Now you're cornered.
Yeah.
Now you don't have a choice. What are you
Yeah.
gonna do? Get up and walk away in front of everybody? No.
Yeah.
They got you right where they want you. Why don't you come see us anymore?
Ugh.
Good game. Good game.
Yeah.
Just lay down and just take it. How are you doing financially? It's just so what makes them funny is that they're such private things that you would never ask a normal human being.
Not
But for
really.
some reason, you think because you share a common ancestor,
Yeah.
that you're entitled to all the information.
Yeah.
And usually the defense is, "Oh, I'm just curious," or "We just want to help."
When are you going to get your life together?
I'm gonna go sit in the bathroom for 3 hours now.
Yeah.
Let's see what's the next one. What do you do every day now that you're retired? That's kind of funny. I
Yeah.
think that okay. Speaking of someone that is a long way from retirement,
Yeah.
maybe never retire. I don't know.
I'll probably never retire.
When I'm old, Social Security probably won't exist anymore.
Probably not, dude.
What do you do? It's kind of funny because thinking about people that are retired, and I think, man, what would I do with all that time? Now I remember being a kid and having a bunch of free time and doing nothing useful.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
probably the same thing.
Probably. Exactly.
Hopefully, by the time I'm older, I'm wiser and will be more productive. What is your job now? Again, this is so appropriate to have all the financial and job questions because, that no one wants to talk about their job on the holidays,
Mm-mm.
but everyone's going to ask, "How's this going? How's that going?" And it's okay. Let me revalidate some of these things since I've dogged on them all so hard, and we'll continue to dog on the last two that we have. There's not a problem with wanting to know what's going on in your family's lives.
No.
There's not a problem.
No.
You want to show people that that you care
Mhm.
and that that you're there for them.
Yeah.
Some people just do it so horribly that you make the people not want to talk to you.
You did
Just-
this.
You created this monster. So what are your plans for the future?
Wow.
That one, besides the girlfriend, that might be my favorite.
Yeah.
What are your plans for the future? Who wants to think about like an interview question?
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Not here. Not having this conversation.
Not having this conversation. Yeah.
And the last one, the younger audience will resonate with this one. Can I borrow money?
Ow. Yeah.
I'm thankful that I've never been somebody that asked for money all the time because I know that there are people like that.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
And I'm not gonna dog on those people because, I mean, if you grew up a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard. Old habits die hard.
It's like a bum mentality.
But I'm kind of on the opposite side of that. Like, I'll be homeless before I'm asking.
Oh, I
them.
would, dude. You'll catch me dead in the streets before I stick my hand. I
It might
can't do
be. It might be a little bit of a pride thing, but I think at the same time, it's the thought of owing something to somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and especially being in this first world country where so many people are in debt. I think the fear of being in debt is valid because it's so common that it happens so fast and so easily.
Mm-hmm.
Asking people for money, I'm just like, it just feels wrong.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't know.
Like,
My thoughts are way too deep on these questions.
yeah,
I'm thinking way too deep about these.
I'm lucky. I'm my family. I've never been hit with many of these questions. I mean, like, I don't know. That would be tough. Some of those questions.
Oh, you can guarantee
I
at
mean-
least there are some. I mean, if you go, especially around family that you don't see all year,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, like, sometimes I get hit with, the girlfriend thing. Like, I mean, it's like, dude, I mean, it's like been 11 years now. I think like they're probably like, like I'm waiting for the right one, like.
It's not the right time. See, if someone's going to ask you a cliche question, just give them a cliche answer.
Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with
That's the
that.
best way. Which I know that because I'm not in front of anybody that's actually asking me. I wouldn't say any of these things probably to the person that would be asking me.
Mm-hmm.
But typically, what I do is just give cliche answers to cliche questions that I don't want to answer,
Yeah.
or that I'm like, why are you even asking me?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. I think some people are more private. Some people just will tell you their life story in 5 seconds, which
Yeah.
I think it's a personality thing.
It is.
But regardless of what type you are, you're going to be asked some of these questions.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah, for sure. Be
you need to be
prepared.
mentally prepared.
Be prepared.
You need to be physically, mentally, spiritually,
Yeah.
emotionally prepared.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's time to transition into our a big brain time. And so I want to start off by defining terms a little bit here because,
Yeah.
and this could be for somebody that, because I know that there are a lot of people that are affected by these conditions, but there are also a lot of people that aren't affected by these conditions.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, for whoever's listening, I think it's important to get our terms at least a little bit because there's so much that goes into both. Let's just talk surface level.
Mm-hmm.
You could define anxiety as fear of the future. Now that's okay. This is very boilerplate, very off the top. And when I say like fear of the future, fear of the unknown, something that maybe hasn't happened yet or that you think is going to happen, but it's worry. Like think of anxiety and worry. Anxiety is more of an extreme point of worry.
Yeah.
Up to, like to the point where it's real. I mean, it's affecting your health. It's affecting the way that you go about life. It's affecting how you interact with people. And these are extreme conditions in some cases, but a lot of people may. Well, I'll get into that in a little bit, but let's keep it fear of the future or fear of the unknown. Depression, and a lot of people may get these mixed up. Depression is more so it's almost kind of the opposite, even though that a lot of people could suffer from both.
Yeah.
Depression is dwelling on the past.
Mm-hmm.
So you could say fear of the past, but typically it's overanalyzing and it's seeing past situations, past events, and not being able to move on from them.
Yeah.
So, like, grief is a very big part of depression.
Very.
People, as how they address the loss of a loved one, which, I'll talk in depth more, and I'm just trying to get terms out of the way.
Yeah.
But let's just keep it at that. Depression, looking at the past, is dwelling on the past. Anxieties, fear of the future. Now, I understand because I know that there's probably gonna be a lot of people saying that there's way more to it. I understand there's way more to it than that. I'm not trying to invalidate any of that. This is supposed to be foundational. This is not a case study. This is looking at real world conditions and saying, what can we look to in scripture or from a Christian perspective on how to handle these things?
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring up some statistics for this. We were actually going to do this episode a little earlier, but I wanted to do some more research into statistics. Without boring everybody with just a bunch of numbers. Roughly today, and this is the United States, and this is data from the CDC. This is public information. Roughly about 1 in 3 Americans will experience depression, like clinical depression, sometime in their life. 1 out of 3.
1 out of 3.
And you may not think that's a lot of people. Like you may like, oh, 1 out of 3. That's in a country that has 360 million people. That's 120 million people.
Yeah. That's huge.
There, and the reason why I say that, and also I'll say the numbers aren't much different for anxiety.
Mhm.
Anxiety is roughly the same, if anything, marginally higher. But these and this for the large part is not including undiagnosed. This is diagnosed. Now, when you talk about the percentage of people who are treated for clinical depression, clinical or chronic anxiety, or
Yeah.
clinical depression, the number's a little bit lower because these are like confirmed, documented, and treated cases. Number drops to roughly about 18 to 19%.
Mm.
Still, still high,
Mm-hmm.
but it's I think realistically the number's probably higher than that as far as undocumented goes, because we know that there's a lot of people that probably don't get treated for it.
Yeah. It goes unnoticed.
I would be confident saying that both for the anxiety numbers and for the depression numbers, I think that it's closer to half. I think it's closer to half. And even talking extra biblical,
Mm-hmm.
outside of the Bible, I could say a whole lot of things about why that could be. One thing I could say is that I think people were sold a false hope
For
in a lot
sure.
of things. You were
Yeah.
told if you got this job, you would be happy. You were told if you had this career, you were told if you got the wife, if you got the husband, if you had the
Mm-hmm.
kids, if you got the car, if you got the house, if you had X, whatever someone at some point in your life sold to you,
Mm-hmm.
if you had this, you will be satisfied. And it's no mystery why the rate of depression is high among celebrities,
Oh
those
yeah.
who are in the spotlight, why it's so high with those people, and why there's such
So unhappy.
they're extremely unhappy, why there's so
Yeah.
much addiction, so much depression, um because I mean you ride high for so long, and then you look down and all you see is yourself falling, pretty
Mm-hmm.
much. And then you have everyone else, the normal people, to maybe a lesser extent. And it's kind of ironic. The the people you see usually the most happy are the ones that are in what we would consider the lower middle class.
Mm-hmm.
They're typically the most grateful for what they do have, not what they
Yeah.
don't have. Now this isn't every single. I'm not trying to overgeneralize in either one of these categories. I'm not saying everyone in Hollywood's depressed. I'm not saying everyone in the lower middle class or lower class is the happiest they could possibly be. What I'm saying is these are general observances
Yeah.
that
I
can
mean,
be backed by data.
these numbers don't
They're
lie.
numbers,
Yeah, they don't lie.
and obviously CDC isn't going to provide something for famous people over not famous people.
Mm-mm.
But if it's not obvious, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, dude. You do a little bit of research. Hollywood's not the happiest place on earth,
No, you're not gonna feel that void there.
and there's a reason for that. Like you just said, you're not going to fill that void.
Mm-hmm.
And the one of the best ways, whenever I was first coming up with messages, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely not the first person ever said this, but and I don't know if I stole it from somebody, but I always loved the statement: we people who are outside of Christ are constantly trying to fill fill a God-sized hole in their
Mm-hmm.
life
Yeah.
with other stuff, and
Yeah.
it's just never going to be enough.
Nope.
And what we see a lot of times is people turn to alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
turn to drugs.
Substances. Yeah.
Like when we look at, because I really do think that our country's going through a super bad drug problem right now. Maybe not as much alcohol, because alcohol is more, like, I think it's more accepted in a lot of places. but the drugs they keep being. I mean, think about marijuana being
Yeah.
legalized a lot of places now.
Oh yeah.
There's some states where like lethal levels of like fentanyl are are not like arrestable offenses
Hmm.
because it's becoming so widespread that you can't continue you can't just incarcerate all these people
Yeah.
because
It's
they're
overflowing.
UBO. I mean, yeah, justice system is already, or rather, just jails and prisons are already overflowing as it is in
Yeah.
a lot of places. There's no use, and I come from a place where addiction is like they made a documentary on Netflix about us.
Hmm.
It was a good documentary, but it something I didn't really see a whole lot because it wasn't real super close, but it was in the same like marked area, like city,
Uh,
and you just see it more and more common or more and more frequently in a lot of places. And we think our solution, the world's solution, is just get rid of the drugs
yeah.
and it'll be fine.
Should be simple.
Let's make the borders tighter. You know, let's cut off the cartel. Let's whatever Trump's doing with Venezuela. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I don't
blowing up boats. That's nice.
whatever. Whatever you think the solution is.
Yeah.
The problem isn't the people bringing in the drugs. The problem is the people using the drugs.
Hmm.
These are 99.9% of these people aren't being. They may be lied to sometimes about like what they're being given. They may not be educated on it,
Yeah.
but a lot of times they're taking it again and again because of the feeling, because
Oh
of the
yeah.
release, because of what they get out of it.
Oh yeah, they're hooked.
And you have a
It's
country
sad.
that is depressed.
Hmm.
I mean, you have people that are looking for answers in the wrong places.
Yeah. Very true.
And a lot of this may seem really like typical, like things that a topic that's been heavily preached on for probably the past 70-ish years, like since the days of like Paul Harvey. I think about his message, If I Were the Devil, which if you never heard it, it's good.
I like
You
it.
should listen to it. It's only
Yeah,
like a couple minutes long, but it's great.
I've listened to it.
And it
I
was in the
like it.
50s.
Yeah, like Walters showed me that one time. Like I liked it.
If you've never listened to it,
Yeah.
I would recommend it. It's like a short video on YouTube. It's called Paul
Like
Harvey,
it's
If I Were the
very
Devil.
true right now. Like it's kind of scary how true it is.
It
Or
is.
accurate, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, and the question for that, and I'll leave that be. The question for that is how long or how far are we going to let it go before we start addressing real solutions?
Mm.
How far are we going to let it go before we address real things? And
Yeah.
I don't mean for this to be a whole God and country type podcast, but let's actually look at at a key verse. And before I say this, I want you to think about God's promises to those who decide to follow Christ.
Hmm.
When we think about the typical promises, we think about eternal life, spending eternity with God,
Oh yeah.
um, yeah, having a crown with so many jewels in it, different levels of rewards. But we don't typically think about the rewards we have here because, and this is fair because we're not promised a just life.
Hmm.
We're not promised to be treated fairly by the world. In fact, we're promised the opposite. You're going to face when you face
Yeah.
persecution, when you face all these things. So
Yeah.
I want to get that out of the way.
The
But
world.
there's something I want to acknowledge since we're talking about anxiety and depression, all these things. It's Matthew 11. It's 28 and 29. And I want you to really think about this. Really think about this.
Hmm.
Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. That is if you are somebody who is struggling with this, and I okay, I know I need to say this too. I'm sorry. I'm sometimes I get scatterbrained. I understand there are real chemical imbalances that people have that they need medicine for. I'm not trying to invalidate any of that.
Yeah.
If you have if there's something actually like chemically wrong with you, then you should try to take steps to help regulate that. That's not the kind of thing that I'm addressing right now.
Yeah, like that's a different situation because some people legit need it, and it's like, if they just stop taking it all of a sudden, then then suddenly they've, did you stop taking your meds? Yeah, like, well, there's a reason you were on those meds.
And there there,
Like,
there are a lot of medicines that do help people
mm,
with those kind of things. Now, first talking about like antidepressants, things like that. I think there are a lot of antidepressants that do more bad than good,
mm-hmm,
and a lot of and if you are someone that struggles with this, you may have heard a lot. Oh well, if this antidepressant didn't work, you should try this one. Oh, that one
yeah,
didn't work, you should try this one.
oh yeah, it
Oh,
just
that
keeps
one worked
getting
for a while,
deeper.
but now it doesn't work. You should try this one instead. That's when I'm kind of like, it's a
Mm-hmm.
little sketch,
Yep.
little sketch.
Yep.
But I want you to consider this. He says, "I will give you rest for your souls." This this internal battle that we have between finding peace in the world and also dealing with our fallen nature. It is a it's a fleshly struggle, and if you try to do it outside of Christ, you're going to lose.
Couldn't imagine.
And I'm not saying whenever I say you're going to lose, I don't mean you're going to just like keel over.
Yeah.
You're going to just wither away into nothingness. You might come back for it, but what I'm saying is that fulfillment that you desire from whatever it is you're trying to escape from or trying to avoid, you're never going to completely get away from it.
No, no, and I shared a little bit of that with you in my testimony. It's
Mhm.
or dude, I was on my way out, like without Christ. Dude, like I don't. Sometimes you stop and think, where would you be at? And it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be here. I really don't. So yeah, like what you're saying, without Christ, I don't know how they do it. I couldn't do it.
And I think one thing too is that we I think we treat mental illness or things of the nature.
Mm-hmm.
We treat it differently than physical illness, and I think we should treat it similarly.
Very much.
Because when I say we treat it differently, I mean we tend to look down on people for having, almost like it's more so like their fault for having these issues, like almost like you subconsciously blame them because like you're able bodied and you're fine, but it's all in your brain, like it's all in your mind. And I'm telling you, if if you're a Christian and you're invalidating that kind of stuff, invalidating that is not going to get you far.
Mm-hmm.
But sympathizing might get you somewhere. You may not be able to empathize. Like I said, not everyone knows what it's like to go through this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And going up to someone and telling them, I know what you're going through, or I know how you feel,
Worst thing you can say.
that is a bad idea.
That is,
Very bad idea.
yeah, I know exactly how you're feeling.
But what you can
Yeah,
say is that whatever you're going through, I can tell you
yeah,
with assurance that we have a God that not only created you and not only has seen you through all of your struggles, but in spite of everything you've went through, everything you've done, everything you might do, he still desires you.
mm-hmm.
And Jesus, even though he said a lot of really bold things that turned a lot of people away that really weren't serious about following him, he says, "I will give you rest for your souls." That is, I almost wonder if the people that he was speaking to at the time really understood what he was saying.
I don't think it registered.
I think I could think about that verse for weeks, and maybe
That's
without some type of idea, I probably still wouldn't. Rest for your souls. There's a conflict in us, kind of like I was talking about earlier. We live in the flesh, and the flesh is weak. And he's saying, and this is speaking a little bit too like eternal security. Like when Jesus tells us not to worry, like um, God feeds these sparrows, and how much more are you worth?
mm-hmm.
How much will you add to your stature? How many hours will you add to your life by worrying? And
Yeah.
what Jesus is trying to bring out is that if you do believe in God, if you do trust me, if you follow me, he's making the claim, I am the way, the truth, and the life. If you
Mm-hmm.
follow me, all these things that you're worrying about, all these things that you're dwelling on, I can take that away. I can give you eternal security.
Mm-hmm.
And if that does not give rest to your soul, because there's two sureties in life: taxes and death.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna pay both of them.
Yep.
Difference is where are you gonna be on the other side of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean this to be super evangelistic, but it still needs to be. You still need to address it,
Oh yeah. Sure.
and you can keep on this charade of, I'm just gonna keep trying to do whatever I can besides following God, and try to see how far I can get. And you might make it really far,
Mm-hmm.
but it is all speaking to the idea that there is a debt that we cannot repay,
Mm-hmm.
and that there is a balance, a negative balance to our account that we were never going to be able to afford.
Mm.
And even so, even through all that stuff, Christ still had us on his mind when he went to the cross.
We're so undeserving.
We are so undeserving, 100%. And the more and more that I study, the more and more that I pray, the more and more that I just read,
Mm-hmm.
honestly just read or spend time, like we talked about fellowship in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
The more encouragement I draw, the closer I feel to God,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, in essence, that's the whole point.
Yeah, for sure.
Is being closer,
Yep.
is being holy. We're it says at baptism you're sanctified,
Mm-hmm.
and at baptism you're buried with him and risen new.
Mm-hmm.
That's very real.
Oh yeah.
Thinking about the last moments that the last moments that you're in your sin versus when you come up a child of God.
Yeah. It's endless.
That is that's rest. That is rest for your soul.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Best day of my life.
best day of my life. And a lot of places that I've heard have ministries that deal specifically with these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if you are a church that has the resources, you would be very beneficial from ministries for people that are dealing with depression, anxiety, grief,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. I think you could very much benefit, because
Yeah.
even though these are people that are vulnerable,
Mm-hmm.
if they somehow ended up where with you all, that means that whatever direction they're looking in, it's a good one,
Mm-hmm.
because they're seeking, and they're saying, okay, I've tried everything else. What do you got?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, let me tell you, you got that problem. I know a guy. And we have like examples, of people in the Bible. Like you had early in the book of Acts, there were the Hellenistic Jews, which are like the Roman born
Mm-hmm.
Jews, and the naturalistic, natural Jews
Yeah.
that were from the Promised Land. And they were arguing that the Hellenistic Jews were arguing that their widows were being mistreated. And that's where we see like the first deacons appointed, which deacon, if you don't know, means basically it just means servant. That's what a deacon is. It's a servant.
Oh, yeah.
And they were appointed to help take care of the
Take care of
widows,
the
so they
widows.
weren't neglected. So there's opportunity to
Mhm.
minister to people for those of you that are in Christ. And if you're outside of that, I'm just curious how long that you're really willing to go trying to find other options. And a lot of times it feels like there's nothing I can say to whether it's through some kind of grudge, maybe you were mistreated by someone that's a Christian, or whatever the reason that you're reluctant to reach out. I don't know who it was. I don't know what it was, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't let that person.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, don't let that person define your relationship with God. Please don't make that mistake.
But we serve a just God, and in the end, there will be justice.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I honestly don't. There's no other direction I can point people in, because if I would point anyone else other than the direction of actually following Christ, I know whatever it is second best. And when I say second best, I don't mean like Jesus second best. I mean Jesus second best.
Yeah.
It's not even going to come close.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, this is an intense discussion, and there's a lot of people I know that deal with this.
Oh yeah.
And
Christian and non-Christian.
And I'm sure that if you're someone that's not affected by this, you definitely know that you probably are aware of somebody that has been. When the numbers don't lie. I mean,
1 out of 3 is huge.
1 out of 3 is huge. That's from the CDC.
Yeah.
And it's not getting better. If I had to guess, it's probably going to get worse. Divorce rate is higher. All the bad numbers seem to be going up, and all the good numbers seem to be going down.
It's bullying, so many social media stuff. Like it's awful, man.
I think that's a good place to end it off, because there's a lot more that you could say about it.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't meant to be super in depth. It's just meant to be sort of what the world offers versus what God offers.
Mm-hmm.
We know that there's a problem, and the world has solutions. I don't think they come even close. If anything, you're trying to put a Band-Aid on like a gash.
Yeah, or
it may hold for a while, but
yeah, it's not going to last.
No. But we'll just call it there. That's a lot. But I think especially for a 4th episode, it's a little intense, but I think it's something that, and the reason why I picked that as the topic for this one, I think that it's so common that it's almost impossible not to address it.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible to look past things like that, because maybe like in our circles, we may not see it as much because we're all around each other all the time, and which is good, like we should be.
Yeah.
But I think we lose sight sometimes of, we get so tight in our circles, we don't really look. I mean, you may look on the news and see like all the bad stuff's happening all over the country or the planet or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see these bad events, maybe think about this. Think about those numbers about depression. Think about those numbers about anxiety. The people that are really suffering on a physiological level, enough to where they do some of these things. And I don't want to talk about a whole lot of the really bad stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
Those in Christ, we're the front line. and we need to be available. We need to be able to minister to people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you aren't educated on this stuff, you need to get educated on this stuff
Mm-hmm.
so that whenever, not if, when the moment arises that you're needed for this kind of work,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. You need to be prepared because they're going to be really vulnerable people, and what you say is going to impact them forever.
Yeah, it's hard to teach something like that. Like, just like I was saying earlier, there's certain things you can say to them that can set them off, like just saying, I know exactly how you feel, or you just you gotta get down there with them. Like, sometimes you have to go there, like when you're dealing with someone who's hurt and grieving. Sometimes you got to go back to you got to get down in that trench with them, like
People,
I was there once, but
like if you're like think about like if you're like a minister or you're an evangelist,
mm-hmm.
you should convey the idea, and this not just with them, like maybe with your church, like your local church congregation,
Mm-hmm.
but this should also be your attitude with people, that they'll like you when you fight with them, like fight alongside them with them.
Yeah.
They may not like you when you fight for them,
Mm-hmm.
but we need to fight for them.
Yeah.
We need to fight for these people.
Yeah,
because they're drowning, and the drowning man's always going to try to drag someone down with him.
Oh yeah. You got to show them love. Like,
people are fine when you fight alongside them,
mm-hmm.
but when you fight for them, when you're fighting for their life,
mm-hmm.
it might get a little hairy. But it's just things we need to be prepared for.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you can spot it on people, man. Like, you can just see someone going through it. Like, you can see it in their eyes. Like, the eyes don't lie. Like, sometimes you can just see it, and like, you just find a way to talk to them, if you can. Not always easy, sometimes they're going to push you away or something, but if you can spot this in some people. It's visibly, there, but it's just show them some love, like you have to. And then, once you get once you get that, like, they feel like you're not just, some people probably think, oh, they're just, they don't mean it, or, show them you mean it, like, it's so many tactics, you have to learn, and it's tough, and it's not for everybody. I've seen some of the guys talk to people who are hurt, and they didn't exactly say the right things, and it's kind of cringe when you hear that. Like, like, it's like, oh no, like, we're going to lose this person. It's like, oh no, I can't believe you just said that. Like, this stuff, we gotta go through we gotta get down
as
there.
Somebody who's in the church, you should feel, the need or the desire to want to learn how to help these people.
Yeah.
And if you're somebody in a leadership position,
Yeah.
you should make sure that you're teaching people how to
Mm-hmm.
minister to people in this position.
Yeah.
Either way, it's just one of the areas that, we just really I'm not saying, that every message has to be about this or every thing about, but being prepared is, because they're, especially kids, man. Kids.
Anxiety is through the roof with so many kids.
Yeah, those percentages I was talking about earlier, like 1 in 3, is sometimes hovers around like 31%.
Mm-hmm.
It's highest in kids. I think it's I think they start at like 12 and go up to 18. Mm-hmm. That's the highest percentage, 12 to 18. We need to invest in our youth for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I think a lot of older people have a hard time empathizing, or well, definitely empathizing, but even sympathizing with what some of these kids have gone through, probably.
Yeah, like you almost, what is that? Like, you should walk a mile in my shoes, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I get that mentality, but that don't work.
It. I've talked to kids in like the young generation, like young teen. It's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the stuff that I've heard. I can only imagine like what public school.
But dude, they're far more advanced now. Like, you gotta think. Like, I mean, I know me and you's a little bit different in age, but like we didn't have
You and I
access.
are closer than me and the current generation.
Yeah,
A
like we
100%.
we didn't have access to the stuff they got access to when we
Mm-mm.
was kids.
No, they have access to
Like
everything.
like we were still kids till like teenage years, you know. Like these kids like are they got access to everything, right? You know, as a 6-year-old. That's scary. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole other topic, you know. That should be limited.
I know a lot of people are freaking about, like, I don't know if you've seen in Australia, they outlawed having social media if you're under the age of, I think it's 16 maybe. So you have to be at least
Yeah,
16 years old to have social media.
I could agree with that, dude.
And it's like most, on the surface level, I'm like, okay, like, kind of like if you're an American, you have the mentality of don't tell me what to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, good luck trying
yeah,
to tell an American what to do.
yeah,
But at the same time, I'm like, it's probably for the best.
yeah. I could
It's
agree with
probably for the
that.
best. I mean,
16,
if I
yeah.
could control, if I could take away or if I could remove the influence of social media from these kids,
Hmm.
I would, 100%.
Yeah,
I mean, like obviously not like rip it out of their hands, because for obvious reasons. But if I could just make it as if like it was my childhood,
hmm,
like I grew up having that like Motorola Razr phone,
hmm,
and then I think I got my first smartphone when it's like early high school.
yeah,
So I was kind of like on the tail end of it a little bit.
yeah.
If I could take that away from this generation, because it's going to be so much worse,
Hmm,
I would, because it's wild. And the idea of all this is just we need to be prepared
hmm.
for those of us that are aware and that have come to the realization of the state that we're in and how we needed a savior
Hmm.
to get us out of whatever mess that we were in, which we're all in our own little mess.
Oh yeah,
And it's our responsibility to try to give people that out.
yeah. Because we're not getting out alive.
We're not getting out alive. We're not getting out of this life alive. That's I can't remember who said that. That's funny. Is there anything else you want to say for this? We went a little over today, but that's okay. I think it was a good
Ah,
discussion.
yeah, good stuff, buddy. Thank you.
Well, thank you for tuning in to episode 4, man. Already 4 episodes.
That's wild.
Um from me and Brian, we are again extremely appreciative of all the support, everything that you all have given us so far. I hope that you continue to support us because, we want to try to reach as many people as possible for sure.
Hmm.
If you ever have any problems finding any of our links, any of our information, I updated our website, so it's more modern now. I
Nice.
have all the links on there to everything, and it's all in pretty colors, so
That's
you should
cool.
be able to find it really easily. But yeah, just support us just through, liking the video, you support it,
Yeah, buddy.
and we appreciate it all.
Yeah, thank
But
you.
since this will be the last episode before we won't do another episode probably until maybe after the holidays. I'm not sure yet.
Next year.
I haven't next year. See you next year.
See you next year.
I haven't done the math in my head yet, but We're hope you all have a Merry Christmas, not a Happy Holidays, but a Merry Christmas.
A Mariah Carey Christmas.
A Mariah Carey Christmas. We do appreciate everybody,
Yeah.
and we do hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you all.